Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth if you're new. This is The Joyful Sojourn where we share life together and talk about stationery and planning and creative journaling. And in this particular case, in today's video, we're talking about the road to 2025 and 2025 planners. I have a full playlist here on my channel for 2025 planner flip throughs and reviews. So if you're looking for something in particular, I might just have it in my playlist and I will link that down below. Today, you guys, is all about Hemlock and Oak. And let me tell you, first of all, this is my third time filming this video because I've had constant interruptions today, and in the first video I actually completed it and then realized like, oh my gosh, the work to clean this up is going to take more time than it would take to just film this all over again. So you are missing my first impressions, but let me tell you, can you tell that I'm excited? Of all the planners for 2025, this box was the one I was waiting for, the one I was most excited about. I love Hemlock and Oak. They sent these to me to review in my planner lookbook series, but please rest assured that I am a shopper of Hemlock and Oak, and I would have purchased at the very least the horizontal. At the very least, horizontal, and then maybe I would have tried the daily. What I really want to do is highlight some of the new things in Hemlock and Oak for the new year, and was really delighted that they sent these three over to me. So thank you, Hemlock and Oak. I do have a discount code for you if you decide that these are your jam, baby. Then Joyful10 will save you 10% over at Hemlock and Oak, and my affiliate link is down in the description box. If you're new to this company, let me introduce you. They are very much a sustainability, kind of eco-friendly company based out of Canada. They are a small shop. I think there's maybe a team of two of them, maybe three, maybe just two. And they're just fabulous. They're fabulous to work with. Their paper quality is chef's kiss. And for those of you that are coming from the Hobonichi world, where you like the Hobonichi Weeks aesthetic, but maybe you don't like the paper, you are going to love the horizontal. And this, I know, the horizontal for sure is going to be in my lineup for the new year as probably my catch-all, because I love the look of a Weeks, but I don't like the paper. It's too small. The Hemlock and Oak paper is just a beautiful thickness. It is smooth and creamy. I think it would do well with fountain pen ink, though I have not tried it. Definitely in the new year that will be happening. And so it's just a little bit more forgiving and it feels luxurious. So let's talk about these planners and the packaging. I'm sorry, normally I unbox in real time, but again, this is the third time I'm filming this. Hopefully no interruptions this time. They used to ship these in boxes. So each planner would have its own little box and then they would ship it in a bigger box. The new packaging is different. I did set this aside. Your planner is now going to come in one of these kind of sustainable, eco-friendly paper envelopes. And when I opened up the box, I thought, oh boy, the flex cover one is going to be not happy. But the flex cover is in pristine condition. So the smaller, lightweight, more eco-friendly packaging did not impact the delivery of these. And they came from Canada to Texas and everything looks gorgeous. So just wanted to show you that your planner will come in packaging like this and of course in a box. Okay, what else did I miss? So for 2025, there are two, again, forgive me if any of this is a repeat because I've said this at least twice now in other videos. There were a couple things that stood out to me. There's the new layout. The horizontal layout is brand new. They're typically a vertical planner, but now they have a horizontal planner. And then they've always been this book bound. Now they have a soft cover. So this is also new for 2025. Let's start with the Flex Cover Daily because it's just so different. This girl is chunky. She is a chunky monkey. And if you're a daily planner, you might like that chunk. If it's too much for you, that's totally fine. They do have a daily duo. So if this is too thick, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. If this is too thick for you, you can get a daily duo that has a 6-month book and another 6-month book. So it's splitting up the year in half. This is the rosé color. It is a very, very soft pink. I love the heathered spine. I think that's really pretty. And then we have the gold foiling on the front. and gold foiling on the back. So let's open this up. The daily planner is not going to have the journaling pages that are in the typical planner from Hemlock and Oak. So we will see those in a future journal, or excuse me, planner. Let's get into this one. We have our name page. And then what I love about the index is you can see very clearly where everything is. And we know that the pages are numbered. So good on you, Hemlock and Oak. I love a good page number in my planner. Very, very handy. Now, if you have a typical planner from Hemlock and Oak, we'll see this in the horizontal, for example, there's going to be a section up here for journaling because the standard planners will have journaling pages at the front. But this girl is already chunky, so we're going to go straight into yearly planning with our 2 years at a glance, 2025 and 2026. Very minimal, beautiful font, and everything's grayscale except for the days of the week. It starts on a Monday, and it's a vintage sepia color, so very earthen, very calming. I think all of Hemlock and Oak to me is just very calming, and it can be as loud and colorful as you want it to be, or it can just be like a safe place for planning and journaling if you need that calm. The next view that we have is the horizontal view, where you have your monthly overview and then a grid horizontal section for each month. This is a great place to log any future planning. So birthdays, holidays, paid time off, things like that you really, kids, spring break, stuff like that, you want to put in this view so you can see at one glance the things that are coming up in the year. And we've got some encouraging quotes up at the top. Then we move into our vertical view, and this has been divided up by quarters. I love this view for tracking health-related stats. So that would be like my period. If you are trying to conceive, maybe you are tracking IVF or whatever the case may be. Migraines, if you're tracking migraines, if you're tracking intimacy, if you're tracking steps, anything that you just want to make sure you can go back to and be like, when was the last time I ... That's what I like the quarterly pages for. And along the way, let me just point out that in the lower corners, you do have what's going on that page. So quarter 3, quarter 4, and you're going to see that through all of the planners. You're going to have like the week number and then the day. That's the day of the week down here at the bottom. But see how clean this is? I love that there's so much room for decorating if you want to. And then if you don't want to, it's just beautiful on its own. On the left side, we have holidays now. Because this is a Canadian-based company, you have the Canadian holidays and then you have the US holidays below that. And then we have an open grid section for whatever you might want to do. Maybe vision boarding you could put here. Just any kind of collection page you might want. Maybe you just want to decorate it and play with some stickers or collage. You can do that here. Then we get into our monthly, and this is not stacked. When I say stacked, I mean a lot of the Japanese companies that make planners will have things stacked. So all of the months and then all of the weeks and then all of the days. And so they're not collated. They're not mixed together. But the Hemlock and Oak daily is going to be collated. So the month is in with the days. And I really like that. So here's our monthly overview, and the monthly layout is going to look the same across all the planners, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. We have a Monday start, very clean and neutral. There are moon phases and holidays. That's the one thing I could do without. I'd prefer not to have holidays printed on my monthly and weekly views just because it takes up space, and half of them I don't really observe anyways. So maybe that's something they can do in the future, is just, stick to what they've provided us at the front of the planner. Where is that? The holidays and observances page. Let that be enough, and then people can populate what they want to. That's what I would like to see in the future. But it's pretty standard for planner companies to put holidays and whatnot in their planning pages. So here is your monthly, and then you have a whole sidebar for your tasks for the month, and they do give you little prompts by way of the little boxes going down the side. And then we go directly from our monthly into our dailies. This is a really beautiful daily layout. And if you've seen any of my daily setups in my Archer and Olive bullet journal. I actually do something very similar to this where I have my hourly schedule on the left, and then I have kind of tasks, to-dos, and a lot of deco in this area. And this is a great way for me if I just need a break from creating a custom daily spread. I can just jump into this and it's already laid out for me. So you have a focus box. Maybe this is things that have to get done that day, or maybe appointments for the day, intentions, things you'd like to get done, or maybe a quote, an encouraging quote or a reminder. Then you have a hourly planner or hourly schedule from 5 to 11, and then a little heart icon down at the bottom where you can track anything health and wellness related. And then 2/3 of this page is your today section that's got a bullet list or check boxes, and then it's just open grid. So you can decorate, you can journal if you're a journaler, you can keep it for as a work planner. I just feel like this is so neutral, and you know, they've given you just a little bit of header prompts, but it's so clean that you can make this whatever you want to. Down here at the bottom, you have highlighted via that kind of sepia color what day it is on the page within the context of the week. So let me pull this guy back up. You can see it's the week of the 30th, but that one is a little bit darker in that sepia tone, saying that this is the date for this page. So I think that's just a fun little thing. It doesn't take up any space, functional space. So why not throw that down there? I think it looks pretty cool. And that's it. We've got holidays and the moon phases up in the upper corner of each day. And it's just very clean and neutral. This is probably one of my favorite daily layouts, and very happy to have this. I think the flex cover is gorgeous. So if you're someone that prefers a flex cover in your planners, then check it out in the weekly layouts if you prefer a weekly. But yeah, just love that you have the flex and you've got the daily in this option. Let's see how we transition between months. Okay, so this is going to be different than the weekly planners. You're going to go directly from the last day of the month to your next monthly layout. There aren't going to be any overview or, overview and review pages in the daily, because you have so much space for overviewing and reviewing during the month on each and every page that those pages are not included in the daily. And I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get to the other planner. Let's go to the very back. And again, like here, we've got most of the planner on this left side, and that's laying pretty darn flat. So I am very, very impressed. Just make sure, you know, when you open it up, go like that and you're good to go. It looks like it does have year-end review pages, so that's nice. So year-end review, 5 memories from the last year you want to cherish. Who or what are you grateful for in the last year and why? How have your values changed in the last year? Has their importance shifted? Then you have a year-end review continued. What are you proud of in the last year? 3 challenges that you faced in the last year. How did you grow from them? What did you learn? 3 positive things about yourself from last year. And then looking ahead, what vision do you see for yourself in the future? What do you want to change? 3 steps that can get you closer to that vision. Use the space below to create a bucket list of things you want to do, places to see, people you want to spend time with. And then we have 4 additional graph pages at the back. Totally not necessary given how much writing space you have, but it is very nice that they have included that. Oh, I forgot about this. That opened right to it. So between your 6-month mark, at the 6-month mark, you have a mid-year notes page. And it looks like 1, 2, 3. You have 3 notes pages, like a nice separation break before we jump into July of 2025. So I'm willing to bet then, excuse me, that is your break. If you're getting the daily duo, that's how thick your first 6 months is going to be, and your second 6 months. So you've got some note pages right in the middle separating it. So that is the daily. Again, if you want it split, you can get the daily duo. If you like the flex cover, you can get it in different layouts. And I can't remember if this was available in a bigger size, like a B5 equivalent. I cannot remember, but I do know that it came in at least, I want to say at least 3 colors, at least. So if pink is not your jam, there are other options there as well. Let's jump over to we'll do the Minimalist. This color, you guys, I'm not a purple person, but my gosh, this elderberry is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. You got 2025 on the spine, your hemlock and oak on the back. It's just very royal. It's such a pretty color. And before we get into that, let me just show you. The Minimalist planners are an A5 size. The standard hemlock and oak planners are not an A5 size. They are their own size and they're a little bit bigger. So I want to point this out. If you get the Minimalist, you'll get an A5. If you get the standard hemlock and oak, it's going to be a little bit bigger. So some of the covers that you might have for an A5 might not fit the standard hemlock and oak planner. Let's take a look at, actually, no, let's jump over to the horizontal. This baby is definitely my jam. I just cannot believe the difference in moss. Ugh, I can't believe it. Again, this is the Undated Weekly, I think in the color moss from like 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And this is called moss for 2025. Totally different vibes. So yeah, and they actually feel different. They do have covers that are some different linen materials. One of them has a coating on it, so it's going to be more stain resistant. I wonder if this might be one of them because it does feel less, it's got a little bit, feels less fabric-y than this one. So there are, you'll want to read the description if you're looking for one that doesn't get dirty. If you're looking for some sort of coating, there are specific colors that have a special coating on it. I just can't remember if moss is one of them. So let's look at this guy. This is the horizontal, and my gosh, this, when I saw that they were going to release a horizontal planner for 2025, I just about passed out, you guys, because I have been using the vertical planner, which is their tried and true. It's got an hourly time block, but I really like the Hobonichi Weeks aesthetic of, you know, all of the days of the week on the left side and then the open space on the right. I just love that layout, but I'm not a huge fan of the paper and the size. And so Hemlock and Oak having that layout with their paper, just like, I was like, this is the perfect planner. So let's get into it. This is the brand new to Hemlock and Oak horizontal planner. You can see here our index, and we've got the additional section for journaling. The journaling pages are not in the daily. They are also not in the Minimalist planner. So if you don't want to do a lot of reflecting or like habit cultivation in your planner, then get the Minimalist or get the daily, because you will not have these journaling pages. But let's talk about how great the journaling pages are, because I feel like they set the tone right for the new year. Just a really good habit to get into. So we have instructions for how to get into the journaling section, a little key for what the little icons mean. And yeah, I love this. This planner uses a light graph. It's meant to encourage you to brainstorm, mind map, flowchart, draw, hand letter, anything you want. It's structured flexibility at its finest. I totally agree. Layout is clean and minimal. Yes. And then the heart, which I don't think we saw it in the daily. One of the planners does not have the heart icon, but that is for self-care. Okay, are we ready? So the journaling section starts with a self-reflection. And what's so great about these, the journaling section, is it really takes you through the process of reflecting on where you've been, where you're going, the things that you value, what's important to you, and then thinking about ways to do more of the things that you value in the new year, and then setting up goals and habits that play into that. So you start with your self-reflection, moments in your life that have been meaningful and fulfilling, what you're proud of, memories that give you energy and memories that drain you. Then you go into self-reflection for people that you respect or admire. What qualities do they have that you appreciate? Imagine listening to a positive conversation about yourself in the future. What do you want to hear? You wake up to the best day ever tomorrow. What does it look like? Use your senses: smell, sound, taste, sight, touch. Self-reflection: 5 negative thoughts or beliefs you hold about yourself, and then reframe them into neutral or positive statements. And create 5 statements about yourself that are positive and uplifting. Don't hold back. This is your space to honor and acknowledge the beautiful things about you. Then we get into values. There's a ton of words here, and you're supposed to highlight and mark really all of the values that pop out to you, and then take those and see, are there any common themes across the values that you've identified? Write down what those are. Rank your top 5 values. Describe why you think they're important to you. There are no right or wrong choices. Focused on discovery and to be open to changing them as necessary. Then we move into setting goals. Now, this has, I think, space for each page is a goal. So you've got maybe 5 or 6 goals here. What is your goal? Why is it important to you and your values? What habits will you need for the journey? 3 steps that will kickstart your journey. Some markers that will help you measure or identify your progress. Meaningful milestones that will help you celebrate the journey. And when will you review your journey and how often? And then we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 goal pages. So 5 different goals. Then we get into habit cultivation. And these habits directly reflect back on your goals. And you've got 2 habits per page. So what habit do you want to cultivate? What step will cue the habit? And then track your journey for 1 month and make observations. What barriers are you facing that make this difficult? What adjustments can you make so your journey is easier? And celebrate 3 positive aspects of your journey. So this is just another way to be reflective. You know, sometimes we just put habit trackers in our planners, but we're not actually using them for anything. We're not actually reflecting on them, just noting we did good or bad based on what we tracked. And so having some space to really be more intentional about habits is really, really nice. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces for habit cultivation. And then we move into a daily framework. This is a popular thing for folks to do in their planners. They'll add like an insert page. You don't have to because it's printed here. But this is kind of like working through what is an ideal day for you. How do you want to start each day? I don't think this was in the last year's. What hours do you have the most energy? Plot a graph of what you think your energy levels look like on a typical day. So on this side of the chart, we have low and high, and then 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. And so you would just kind of do dots and see when is your highest level time of day. That's probably when you're going to want to schedule your most kind of energy requiring tasks. What barriers do you typically encounter throughout the day, and how do you want to end each day? And then here you can write down your ideal schedule. And then we have a box for self-care activities. Love having this open space here for anything important that you want to reference over the course of the year. You can do maybe if you want to track something in a fun and decorative way, or you want to create a vision board or a collage, you can do that here. And then we get into our planning pages, which we saw in the daily, our year at a glance, our horizontal view of the year, our vertical quarterly view of the year, our holidays, and then our open graph page. Again, memory keeping or tracking or collaging, vision boarding, etc. Then we get into our planning pages, and this one's going to have your overview, your monthly overview at the front, and then at the end of the month, a monthly reflection, or I can't remember what the word is. We'll get there. But so we get right into January. This planner is not stacked, so it's not all the months and then all of the weeks and note pages. It's your monthly layout, and then your weeklies, and then your monthly layout and your weeklies. So our January overview, we have a place to write down boundaries that we want to set for ourselves, 3 ways we can carve out time for self-care, intentions for the month, what milestones are you focusing on, habits to cultivate and what the barriers are, and then you can track what habits do you want to do and what the frequency is, and then you can track it right here, and you have a space for reward. And then we have a fun page here. I used this. I wonder if I have an example. Let me see if I can find one that I don't mind sharing. It's always the hard part. It's like, oh, do I want to share this? Yes or no? Give me just a second. I should have identified pages way in advance. Let's see. Of course, I can't find one that I'm comfortable with sharing, but I'm still looking. Okay, I'm not going to show you anything. Sorry, guys. False alarm. But this has been a really fun page to decorate and journal in. So maybe hopes for the upcoming month, or if you just want to play, you can play on this page. Then we get into the monthly overview. This is going to look exactly the same as all of the planners. It's a Monday start. The outgoing month's dates and the upcoming dates are a slightly lighter color. They're like a light gray, whereas the current month is in black. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-week monthly, which I really like, guys. I really do, because I can plan out more, like further ahead if I want to, or I can put a lot of flourishes and deco down at the bottom, which I do a lot. And we have our task space on that left margin. And then we get into the horizontal layout, you guys. As you can see, if you're a Hobonichi Weeks fan of the layout, but not the paper and not the size, then the horizontal Hemlock Oak is your jam. Trust me. I'm so excited for this. It will be one of my top planners for 2025, one of my favorites. I'm definitely going to have this be like a catch-all, and I am going to decorate it for sure. So we have Monday through Sunday. We have a full open grid on the right page. There are bullet lists here, but you could easily draw a line and continue your day all the way across. You could draw vertical lines and track different things each day. So if you wanted one planner to rule them all, you could probably work this one out. If you wanted to have a column for work, a column for meal planning, a column for your kids' schedule or each kid, your fitness stats on your watch, you could so easily break this up and create a custom dashboard with this layout. And I love it. I also, if I'm going to have dates, or excuse me, holidays or moon phases or whatever in my weekly, yes, please put it where it's barely noticeable. I do appreciate that while it is included, not my favorite, while it is included, it is located outside of, in the outside margin of the planning pages. So it's not taking up any real estate on the page. And to me, that is clutch. I'm so glad that they did that. I'm so glad that it's not here or here or here. It's like in the wedge where you are not likely to be doing any planning. Can you guys see how, tucked away that is? It's so nice. It's so satisfying. Absolutely love it. So that is your weeklies. So cool. And then at the end of the month, you have your January review or your monthly review. 3 memorable moments for the month. What gave you energy? What drained you? A lesson, thought, or growth moment from the month. And then open grid. Again, you could do memory keeping. It could be a currently page, the things that you enjoyed or didn't enjoy about the month. You could just have a lot of fun here. You go from your end of month review to your upcoming month overview. Again, the boundaries, how you're going to carve out self-care, intentions, habits, more space to play, and then you get into your next month's monthly. Isn't that rad, you guys? I am so excited about this planner. The horizontal view is just life for a decorative planner like me that also wants things to be functional. And having grid instead of lines to me just makes sense. It just allows me to play more. It allows me to create boxes the way I want to. It's just great. Great, great, great. I have zero complaints about this layout, and I think that Hemlock and Oak has made a beautiful decision adding this layout to their lineup. Let's go to the back. Well, actually, let's stop while we're looking at the ribbons. So all of your planners are going to come with 2 ribbons, and they're going to coordinate with the cover of your planner. You can purchase for an additional price a weighted charm. They have several different charm options, and what's cool about those is they actually like hand put them on, and it just adds a little bit of weight to the ribbon. I personally usually just cut off the ribbon. I don't end up using them, but if you're a ribbon user, you might want to upgrade and add the charm. And I do know that frequently, if they're doing any sort of deal, it is a free charm or a free pocket on your planner. So you might be able to get a good deal on those kind of additional things for your planner. So let's get to the very end. We've got our December review and then our year-end review. This is the same that we saw over in the daily, where you're reflecting on the year and you are looking ahead. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra pages. And I wanted to share with you, because some people are like, how do I use these pages? I think that these are helpful for several things. One being planning ahead for what your plan is for your planners in the upcoming year. So maybe writing down what did and didn't work over the course of the year. The other thing is for collection pages. So if you're familiar with the kind of creative bullet journaling world, collection pages are like places that are decorative where you can track fun stuff like the movies that you watched or the number of books you read or the things that you want to do in the year. And so let me jump over to just to give you some ideas. This is my Hemlock and Oak for this year. And in the back, I created a 24 in 2024 books. I also did this for 24 things I want to do in 2024. And they're just fun, decorative pages that are, allow you to track something. And it's just really satisfying to, go back and look at. And I have met my 24 books in 2024 already, which is nice. And then here is a currently page, which I made around my birthday, what is currently happening in my 40th year. And then as I'm traveling or as I'm transitioning to year 41, what are the things that I'm hoping for, that I'm working towards, etc. So these are just examples of fun collection pages that you can add to the back of your planner. If you're wondering, what do I do with these extra pages? Have fun with it. Just be creative with it. Do something creative. You guys always know I say do something creative today. I love this quote. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Robert Frost. And then they threw in a little freebie for me. So thank you, Hemlock and Oak. Here you can see what a little vellum pocket add to the back of your planner does, or what it looks like. And then here is a sample of some of their stickers. So we have time management stickers in the Secret Garden colorway. So we have reminder, appointment, errands, work, meeting, and then we've got appointment due stickers as well. And then we have wellness in that same colorway. In Secret Garden, rest day, reading, therapy, gratitude, nature walk, read, rest, self walk. And then here's the hydrangea colorway. And this is for finances. So pay bill, payment due, payday, review finances, savings. And then we have cute little icons there. So they do have stickers. And I have purchased in the past, let me grab these guys. I love their sticky notes. So these are items that I've purchased in a separate order, but love their sticky notes. The grid matches perfectly with their planners. This is a weekly sticky note pad, and I just love adding, if I need additional space, I can pop this in. It matches the aesthetic. And then this is an additional bullet list. So if you needed, let's go back over here. Let's say you needed, let's go with this one. Let's go with the I've used this mostly in the monthly layout here. So let's say November is just a hot mess of stuff and your to-do list overextends this, then you can just take one of these sticky notes and it fits right in the margin. And then you've got a little like peekaboo of additional space. So if you are placing an order, one thing to keep in mind with Hemlock and Oak, they are international, so shipping might be a little bit more. So I always try to kind of bulk up my, I don't know, it's girl math. I hate that phrase too, girl math, because it makes us sound stupid and we're not stupid. I just happen to be bad at math and shipping. I hate paying for shipping, you guys. So if you're looking like, oh, I'm like $5 away from free shipping, check out the sticky notes. I use these all the time. They are fabulous. Okay, so thank you, Hemlock and Oak, for throwing in the bonus stickers and the little vellum pocket. That is really, really cute. And now I can see what that looks like if you upgrade with the pocket. Okay, the last thing we're gonna look at is, I'm sorry, I'm so surprised at how different the moss is. So surprised. Last one we're gonna look at, this is gonna move a little bit more quickly because we've seen all of the intro pages. This is elderberry, and I think I already said this, this color. You might not be a purple fan, but my gosh, this might be the one to turn you because this guy is gorgeous. This is the Minimalist, which is a true A5. And when we open this up, we're gonna see it goes directly to yearly planning. So just like the daily, we do not have journaling pages. So if you don't want all the extra fluff, then get the Minimalist. That is what you want. We go straight into our yearly planning. We've seen these pages already. Move through these a little bit more quickly. Our holidays, our January overview, our January monthly layout, and then we get to what has been the bread and butter layout for Hemlock and Oak. This does remind me, if you are a disc-bound user, a lot of folks that follow me because of disc-bound planning. You can get these layouts in a disc-bound version, and they do have, I think, sample printables as well if you want to try it out. So if you've been eyeing Hemlock and Oak for a while and you're just not sure, check out the printables, or if you're married to your disc-bound, you can get this in a disc-bound, and I'm guessing you can get the horizontal as well. So you do not need to give up your disc-bound planning system if you want to try a Hemlock and Oak planner. So this is their vertical layout. It has an hourly schedule from 6 to 10, but I have changed the layout many a time. If I'm not hourly block focused on a specific week, you can kind of hide the time blocking if you don't want to use it. There are a few things that are different about this one versus last year's, or current year's, I guess I should say. Let me go to, oh gosh, this is kind of, let me go to a week that I did not use, so it's not too cluttered. So this is current year, and font is the same, but let me point out a couple of things that are different. First of all, in the 2024 version, your left margin has way more formatting. We have a focus header, an intentions header, and a tasks header. They made the really wonderful choice of getting rid of those headers and just creating a long list of tasks. I very much appreciate that. While these are good prompts if you need them, 9 times out of 10, I was not using these as the headers prompted me to. I was either covering this up with stickers or kind of just free flowing all the way down. And so having this open was a really excellent choice. This is probably the biggest change in the weekly vertical layout, is the change of this margin. Also different, they removed the self-care icon that's on 2024 planner. It is no longer on the 2025 planner, at least in the vertical layout. I don't know why they made that change, but I was never using that anyways. So I love this shift from more to less. There's definitely less in the 2025 planner so that we have more room to kind of make it what we want it to be. The other difference I noticed was the font is it's the same font, but in the 2024 planner, this is one of those details that most people are not going to notice, but the lower, like the little explanation for what you're looking at on the page, all caps in 2024. And in 2025, it is not. Can you see that? We've got little lowercase letters in there. So that is also true for our date span down here. So they got rid of the caps. Not sure why. Doesn't make a difference to me, but that's, I like to be thorough and point out the differences. And I think that's it. Grid spacing is the same. Looks like the font size is the same. Oh, I think they went a little bit bolder here with that vintage sepia. I don't think I would have noticed. Yeah, I don't think I noticed this in the 2024 planner review, that the header for the week is that vintage sepia, but it's much more closer to gray. But when you look at it over here, it is much more clear that that's a different color. And the ink looks a little bit richer. So that is the vertical layout. And let me see if there's anything. Nope, we go from our review pages to our overview pages. Did we talk about this in the other planner? I think we did. Yeah, you've got your review, and then leading into the next month, your overview and your monthly page. And then at the back, we have several more. So we've got the year-end review pages, and then we have more note pages in the back because it's a minimalist and the journaling prompts aren't at the beginning of this planner. We start on 192. Is that right? 192 to 208. Or if you don't want to count maybe this is a pen swatch page, 207. So y'all can do the math. I just said I was bad at math. But you have more note pages in the minimalist, I think more than any other, although the daily is pretty much lots of note pages. Let me do one more thing. I know people are going to be asking about what covers fit. Okay. So this is where I'm going to stand up because things get a little dicey for me. So the standard Hemlock and Oak planner is bigger than an A5. The Minimalist is an A5, and this guy is just super thick. And I have a couple of different covers here. I'm going to have to check and see what size this guy is. So this is what I've been using what I've been putting my Hemlock and Oak in. This is actually a soft folio from Levenger. And I think this is sized as a half letter cover, which is funny because it definitely seems bigger than the half letter. I think this is the half letter from Moterm. Can you guys see the size difference? So a Moterm half letter is not going to fit even the A5 Minimalist, obviously, because those are different. But you probably would want to go up to the Happy Planner Classic size. But if you have a soft folio from Levenger, their half letter actually fits both the Minimalist planner, easy peasy, and the standard planner. Look how beautiful that is. This is probably what I'm going to have as my initial setup, is using this soft folio from Levenger, because that fits that planner beautifully. Let's see if the daily will fit in the soft folio from Levenger. Keep in mind, Levenger stuff is expensive because it is genuine leather. So it is going to be a little bit more pricey, but I've had this for at least 2 years and I love it. Wow. Okay, so the soft folio fits the full-on flex cover daily. Wow, I actually was not expecting that. Holy moly. Okay, well, that is good to know. And then for those of you, let me see if I can grab this one. Those of you that are Jane's Agenda fans, let me grab this cover and pull out the guy from there. This is the half letter sized wrap from Jane's Agenda in Fall Leaf. And let's see how the Hemlock and Oak fits in this cover. Maybe Hemlock and Oak will have wrap covers like this someday. That would be really cool. So let's try the daily. Wow, I'm actually shocked. Wow, that is nice. Okay, so the full daily fits in the Jane's Agenda cover. Let's try the Minimalist A5. Fits with room to spare when it comes to, yeah, we've got space back here because remember this is for discs. Okay. And then let's try the, what's this last one? Just kind of the standard Hemlock and Oak planner in the horizontal. Snug, getting that cover in. Ooh, that made me a little nervous. But wow, actually, that's gorgeous. Very autumnal. And that fits easily. I hope I didn't just mess that up. I don't think I did. No, you just need to be careful. Just need to be careful when you're sliding things in and it's a snug fit. So if you're looking for a cover, I can confirm that the Jane's Agenda will fit in that half letter size and the Levenger soft folio. So we've got a leather option and the vegan leather option for those. But my Moterm half letter, even though these are both half letter, the Moterm will not fit. Unless this is the wrong size and I'm thinking crazy. I don't know. But I hope that that is helpful because I know everyone's trying to make sure they have their planner ready for the new year, and finding a cover is probably the big thing on the list. If you can spend the extra money, I would go with the soft folio personally, and that's probably what I'm going to put this guy in. All right, friends, I need to call it a video. Thank you, friend, from Hemlock and Oak. Or to Hemlock and Oak, thank you. And if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. If you decide to shop Hemlock and Oak and this video was helpful, please consider shopping with my affiliate link in the description box. It doesn't cost you anything, but it is a way to receive a small commission off of your purchase, which compensates me for the time it takes to review products. So thank you for doing that, and Joyful 10 will save you 10% off of your purchase. All right, friends. What a video. Oh, and don't forget about these sticky notes. Love these guys. Okay, come hang out with me on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, please consider subscribing to my channel. I promise you, you will see more Hemlock and Oak in 2025. And I will put my Hemlock and Oak playlist down in the description box so you can see the journey that we've been on together so far. Until next time, friend, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.